Hey man, say man, let me give you a little game, man. That shit Kanye West pulled last night at the Grammy.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
You must listen. What I'm about to tell you will change the course of history.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I feel like it's time to talk about this, and briefly in a previous video I talked about them when I was talking about a bunch of people and what they wore to the Grammys, and I briefly talked about them. And mainly what I said was, why every time I see this lady, she's naked? I've never seen this woman with a full outfit on, full outfit. Even when she's just chilling, it's never just like a graphic t-shirt and jeans. Ever. I don't even think she owns any clothes. Somebody in my comments was like, the way he exploits her is crazy, and I think that's the word for it. Honestly, I'm not trying to make him the villain or make him the bad guy, but it's like, what else can we call it? Because why is your wife always naked? Why is that? I'm not saying you have to tell her what to wear. You have to make sure she's like, I'm not saying you have to be her guardian or anything, but it's like, everywhere she goes, this lady is butt naked. And it forces me to believe that this is something that is required. Like, this is something that's just like, oh yeah, you're doing this, you're wearing this. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't give, oh yeah, I'm a woman and I just love being naked, I just love my body. Because even girls that love dressing skimp, even girls that love showing off their body, don't like walking out the house butt booty naked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially at the Grammys. At the Grammys, women love to dress up. Women want the baddest dress, the baddest hairstyle. No woman is going to want to go out like this. And it just, I don't know. I'm really not trying to paint Kanye to be a bad man. I swear I'm not. So Kanye fans, don't come and attack me, because I love Kanye as well. But I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to make sense of this situation. And the only thing that comes to mind is that this is something, being naked all the time is something that's required by this man. That's all I can think of. If you have any other ideas, any better ideas, put them in the comments below. Like, I have nothing to tell you.
I cannot believe what I just saw on Rolling Stone's Instagram. Somebody go help Bianca. Somebody intervene and help that woman. Help that woman. No, that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. And I know. Oh my God. Especially seeing this after watching the fall of Diddy, it is really, oh, that's sickening. There's a superiority like thing going on there. Like, he is acting like, Kanye is acting like she is his property. I'm disgusted. I'm so disgusted. Everyone on Instagram is like, take this down. Take this down. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at your own discretion. It's a lot. I'm all for women's rights, wearing whatever you want, but there's something going on there. There's something going on there. And this has been going on for a long time. This is the worst I didn't think it could get worse. I didn't think it could get worse, but it got worse. Somebody, please help Bianca. Please.
Is this some sort of premonition in regard to Kanye's album Jesus in 2013? He had a song named Skkknhead. Alright, and all the implications of skinhead is, it's like he's doing an Uno reverse of that. And so this to me is representing a declaration of some level of rebellion. Alright, embodying racial oppression. Alright, industry control, all those things. And what this also looks like to me is some level of a humiliation ritual. Alright, so although people herald him as somebody that's very wise to a certain level in his own way, alright, this whole controversial appearance of his wife at the Grammys, and this has been a reoccurring theme. Alright, Bianca Censori, All right, she seems to be okay with this, but it looks as if she's being dehumanized, similar to the dehumanization of black women on the slave auction block. And being on the red carpet, completely exposed, it says a lot. It is a very eerie similarity in regarding to the gaze in the form of oppression, dehumanization, and it's definitely a forewarning of our end times and the deceptions. Okay, we are definitely in a full-fledged swing of moral decline. And I also want to share a little bit in regard to the particular song, because that song, Skkknhead, it had like a very raw delivery. Okay, it also was something that had undertones of him spiraling, and in addition, him taking on the position as a master per se. Yeah, it's just blatant to this point. And I know some people are looking at what he's doing as an act of defiance and somewhat empowering, because you know the things that were done towards black women, okay, being put on the auction block, being completely examined, picked apart, all those things. And now he has Bianca Censori, okay, a white woman, in that position. Some people are looking at it as this is the ultimate get back, but what is the benefit of being or mimicking your oppressors? To me, that shows that you're no better than them. I mean, that's just my own perspective. But this also is like a prophetic cry against systemic oppression, okay, from a black male's perspective. Another thing too is that as we see what's happening, okay, this definitely speaks to historical demonization, okay, particularly in relation to the fear of lynchings in America and all those things. And now he's taken upon himself to utilize a lot of the same tropes and objectification of women, in particular his wives. And people are just like taking this all in. Although the brutal history of slave auctions is something that a lot of people understand, well, it was brutal, it was horrible. But now to actually parade around your white wife, it gives like a similar type of feeling when it comes to, you know, him speaking about being a black skinhead, and he's actually doing so in his own peculiar way. Also, I want to say that this mirroring of a very eerie underbelly of history, okay, is very telling, because the entertainment industry, okay, much like the slave trade, continues to profit off of the exposure and objectification of black bodies. And now there's some level of a switcheroo where a lot of these artists are doing this towards white women. All right, and another thing too I want to point out is in the song Skkknhead, he says that I think I'm possessed, it's an omen. Okay, so this is hinting to a deeper spiritual battle that he has going on. And the Bible warns of a world where deception, immorality, you know, the worship of false idols is going to increase as the end time approaches. And I really believe that this is what we are experiencing in some aspects. Literally the contrast of LA, different parts of California and other cities being on fire, having all these things happening, and then they are parading themselves around on the red carpet. It feels very much similar to Hunger Games. I want to also share this scripture, which is 2 Timothy 3:1-5. And this scripture describes a society filled with lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God. And although they are in this system, somehow it's like he's teetering between, you know, a battle between flesh and spirit. At some points he's speaking about, you know, wanting his first wife, Kim Kardashian, to cover up more, you know, to, you know, honor herself more. Okay, you know, I guess it also plays on that whole Sigmund Freud theory about the Madonna whore complex. Okay, he was looking at her in this way, Kim Kardashian, but now his current wife, Bianca Censori, he is putting her out there on full display like a whore. All right, and so I want to share this other scripture, which is Revelation 18:11-13, which speaks of a system where bodies and souls of men are traded, okay, eerily resembling the modern entertainment industry. And so they are allowing themselves to fulfill prophecy, okay, by massively exploiting not only themselves but the women in their lives. Okay, this take on dehumanizing women of other nations is similar to what happened to our own women on the auction blocks. Okay, this is truly exposing, if nothing else, it's exposing how there has been not much that has changed in the mechanisms of mass exploitation, in particular of women. And another thing too is that when it comes to this song, Skkknhead, the themes of this song is in regards to racial oppression and industry control. And this is similar to what he's doing to his wife. And so this is a stark reminder. Okay, the prophetic scriptures are warning that a society consumed by, toxicity, spectacle, corruption, and spiritual deception is bound to fall. And although people look at Kanye in some aspects as a lyrical genius, very forward thinking, he could also be somewhat of a victim. But for sure, he is a participant in this very system that he wants to expose. Okay, so this particular song is just really having so many red flags in regard to this latest stunt that he's done with his wife, being completely out there exposed. Skkknhead stands as a testament of the ongoing battle that he may be dealing with when it comes to trying to be in both worlds. Okay, at one point he's speaking about Sunday service, and at another point he's wanting to be basically a pornographer. Substitute the C for a P, you get what I mean? So another thing too I want to share in regard to Sigmund Freud's Madonna whore complex, okay? This is representing the duality that he is really trying to reconcile with in some aspects, okay, especially in his behavior towards his former wife and the current wife. Okay, publicly presenting them in a particular way, but at the same time it shows that he has deeply rooted struggles, and it could be spiritual, psychological, I don't know, I'm not a clinician, but from my little 2 cents, this is really it's really telling of the times that we are in.
Hey man, this look pretty good, man. Where your clothes at?
So damn, y'all think Kanye crazy, huh? Y'all think something wrong with Kanye. Well, that's what they were trying to tell us a few years ago, right? They were trying to tell
Kanye done made some people mad. I'm talking about some people, they mad, they don't like that. That was disrespectful. They said Kanye told his wife, you're making a scene now. And she was like, okay, let's go. Look, you remember back in the day, this Black History Month, let's do a little history. You remember back in the day when they were selling them slaves? You remember when they were selling them slaves, women, men, slaves? They would expose them people so them people could see how they was, to see if they had some kind of blemishes, see if something wrong with them. They wanted to see, you know what I'm saying, before they invested in their servant, in their slave, in their tool. What Kanye did, and stood back as a black man, and that woman standing up in and told her, you are making a scene right now, you're making a scene. And that lady dropped her coat in front of all them people. Baby, if that don't remind you